Welcome back, niggas and friends, to another episode of this particular show. I'm Jamie Gum, or Jame Gum.
And I am Janet Demita Jo Jackson, and this is The Read. Thanks for coming back.
It is indeed, and thank you for coming back. Let's not waste too much time because we don't have much of it, and we do have many things on the docket, many things to discuss, many things to gather. Okay. So let's start with some Black excellence this week. It's going out to the good old, oh, hello, Link. It's going to the good old town of Detroit.
Oh, amen. I don't even know what they did, but I'm with it.
They just got their first Black woman-owned figure skating club.
Okay.
Angela Blocker Lloyd and her friend and business partner Candice Tamaclo, who they've been skating together since Angela was 9 and Candice was 14 at the Berkeley Ice Arena and Recreation Center. Calm down. If you're gonna be, you gotta don't do that. So, Candice, is like the older skater, one of very, very, very few Black skaters in the room, because right. Of course. And so when she saw young 9-year-old Angela come through, she was like, oh, you're going to be my little sis. I got you. Don't worry about it. And a future heartwarming dramedy feature film began. But we'll get to that later when someone finances it. Today, we're talking about how fast forward in all of the skating of things, these two women have created the Dream Detroit Skating Academy. It's the first female-owned figure skating academy and the only Black-owned figure skating club in Michigan, period. They're running it alongside a skating coach by the name of Crystal Stewart, and it is a means to get affordable skating lessons and to obviously grow the interest in figure skating, ice skating in low-income neighborhoods for, young folks, young kids in Detroit, ages 4 and up, and just exposing them to a whole world of new things and possibilities. That's one of my favorite things about these Black excellence stories, is just Black people doing stuff we don't talk about much and reminding young people that, bitch, we do whatever the fuck we wanna do.
Always.
Everybody doesn't have to be Ghost or LeBron. That's fine too.
I don't know who Ghost is, but I agree.
Patrick St. Patrick's. I mean, Patrick St. Patrick. James St. Patrick.
Oh, okay. That. But I just love this whole story, and I hope they have like couple skate nights where niggas come in, they knee-length, jewel-tone fur coats because it's Detroit, and niggas just skate around. And, I can't wait to see what y'all do with this. And so congratulations on opening this. And yeah, what a beautiful story. Somebody should adapt that. Hurry up.
Okay, you're going to move.
She's not going to move. She's going to come right back. Oh, no. She'll be back.
So congratulations to them on this amazing endeavor, and show them some love if you're in the Detroit area or Michigan, or just want to, hit them up.
Yeah.
That's the website here, dreamdetroitskate.com.
Oh, I love it. Y'all go skate. Have a good time. Yeah. That's a cute date idea.
It is, isn't it?
I mean, it's great because niggas can't ice skate.
And niggas don't.
So it's like a fun thing to learn together. Unless one of y'all is just a natural fucking prodigy or something, and you get out there and...
I mean, I'm sure plenty of niggas here ice skate. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of niggas out here somewhere in, New York, Boston, Chicago, these cold places that do ice skate. I don't know you. I don't know any of y'all. But if it was, but I'm sure that you're there. You have to. It's just math.
Right. And if you told me a black woman opened a skating rink in my city, I would go for no other reason other than that.
Inclusion.
Right.
Exposure.
You never know. I might love that shit. So, yeah, shout out to her.
All right. So tonight in our pop culture segment, Hot Tops, ooh, precious moments. You won't fuck this ass again.
Oh, okay.
'Cause you a bitch boy and you know it. Oh, you are not my boyfriend. I thought I told ya. Just have my dividends. You won't fuck this ass again.
Wow.
You won't fuck this ass again.
Mm.
You won't fuck this.
Come on, routine. Okay. Yes, choreography.
So, what do we have here
Lord,
this
filthy.
week? Well, girls, shock of the century. No one saw this coming.
Are you sure?
Medea is back for another round of feature-length entertainment.
I hate you. You know good and damn well that is not what I was thinking about.
Would have never expected this day to come. Because clearly Tyler Perry hates drags. He hates, sure? the just tedious amount of work that it takes to beat that face and get into that wig and that moo-moo.
He hates it.
And a breastplate. And it's just giving like, girl,
right? Why?
So I just really never expected for there to be another Medea film or project. A mere, 3 to 4 weeks after the last one. So,
oh God. I mean, I feel like we knew this when he said it.
Nobody believed it. It was
nobody believed it, Tyler.
Jay-Z said, "I'm retiring." Okay, girl, that's cute.
Yeah. We actually remember the last time you had said that, so we're gonna just.
It's okay.
Okay.
We know you're gonna have a Friday night of wine, and you're gonna crack open that fucking closet with all of those wig heads, and you're gonna be like, "Which one of these girls am I bringing out for the revival?" Like, it's just whatever.
Yeah,
have your fun.
Right.
The girls like Medea.
Yeah.
They do.
I mean, that's true. Like, and Tyler Perry made some very good points about his audience fucking getting him, and the rest of y'all don't have to get it.
That's like,
and I believe that.
She got me together. Yeah, she did.
Yep.
She's like,
it's a valid
that
point.
Statement. It was like, I don't have an argument. Like, there isn't. You are correct. You don't have financing. Like, sure, you spend a couple nickels and you shoot these things in 2 days, but like the girls watch them.
Yeah,
they watch them,
right,
and enjoy them bigly. Right. So who am I?
Right. And I mean, it's a lot of church gossip. It's a lot of heterosexual relationships with like a scandalous homosexual thrown in.
It's a market.
For effect, and that is the church girl market. Like, that is the church. Like, I fully get that. I don't even really have a problem with it as long as you're not spreading some kind of dumbass, harmful rhetoric, which, I mean, from what I know of Tyler Perry's productions, they seem to be mostly harmful. They are just not for me.
Yeah.
Mostly,
it's not like,
I mean, not mostly harmful, mostly harmless.
Yeah. We knew
but deeply not for me. So
yeah.
And when he is wrong, we collectively tell him when he is wrong. We let him know when he has missed the mark. But I see y'all, and y'all be watching them shows. Y'all love sisters.
Mm-hmm. I've heard good things about it, and you already know DeVal is on that show, so I'm not gonna. I have nothing.
And ain't it one? It's one called Brothers too, ain't it?
Bruh. What it's called? That's what it's called.
I'm just dying because somebody out there has bruh on their DVR.
Matter of fact, I believe that DeVal got his character has like a spinoff.
Oh, okay. Is that bruh? Is he the bruh?
No. Oh. I don't even think I wouldn't be surprised if they exist like in the same universe or something. I don't know how.
Got you. He has a lot of lots. He can.
They should exist in the same universe.
He can do whatever he wants to.
Or televised universe or whatever. But anyway, his character, I believe, has like a spinoff coming out. So as I've said about Tyler Perry Productions before, he gives the girls jobs. And
he does do that.
There are varying levels of talent in a lot of these jobs. In front of the camera and behind it. And my forever desire would be that we just get new writing, new writers.
Just gonna always ask
stuff like that, because I would just be so fascinated.
Or even, a writer.
Tyler Perry money. But it's like, at the same time, too, it's just like, Mama was like, well, he's had all of these piss poor. I don't care. Whatever. The point is, like,
Netflix got on his nerves.
Yeah, it's like he was just like, I don't want to work it no more. I just, if you can't,
it's easier to do it myself. I'm like, yeah,
basically.
But we, what? And then you end up getting acrimony. So, but it works for you. So, all right.
But let me tell you something. Did we watch it? Yes. Do we talk about it extensively? Yes.
Therefore,
to the point
inspiring
that other people have watched
others to watch it.
Yes.
How much money have I put in Tyler Perry's pocket? He does.
Get into it.
This is my fault. So, I'm part of the problem.
And I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm watching this shit too. And I'll tell you why.
Oh my God, please.
I am. I'm a Dia Homecoming.
All what we just said. All of that we just said.
So,
okay.
Medea's back. I watched the trailer for it. First thing I noticed is that, like, Tyler spent zero of his dollars. Like, Netflix.
Oh my God, please.
I honestly don't believe he came out of a dime. Like, at best, he used his own, like, studio and all of his own resources because he has them out the wazoo. Right. But it's like, Netflix, this lace front and this blush is giving someone stepped in and said, Tyler, look, we love you. We're going to get this money together. But what we're not going to do is those wigs. We refuse. We're not doing it. The answer is no. It's called strong black lead, not, strong black girl, please. You know what I mean?
Okay. So the wigs look good.
They look, there's effort. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Medea looks like she went to an actual installed expert.
Great. We're not asking for perfection here, but Tyler has left the bar in hell for them wigs for a long time. So glad to see.
Also, that's not why I'm watching it. I'm going to be watching it because there was a moment in the trailer where Medea has like a flashback, I guess, to the 50s or something like that. And it shows Tyler as like a younger Medea. And it's like black and white. And this bitch literally just looks like Wendy Williams at a Great Gatsby party. And I I would use the word guffaw to describe what came from my body.
What I'm picturing is
so
pretty bad.
For that alone, and the fact that I have a Netflix account, I will watch this. I also haven't experienced a Tyler Perry production in quite some time, so there's no reason to I haven't You know, like, I guess when you stay away from something, let's say, I don't know, skateboarding or something that you were injured by, and it's been a while, and you forget it hurts, or how, or you know, poor the experience may have been, and so you're willing to dive back in.
Oh yeah,
shark-infested waters.
Oh, like dating, like dating. Yep, just like that.
But yeah, it looks real glossy. Tamela Mann is in it. I saw Gabrielle Dennis. I have no idea what the fuck it's about. Homecoming, I guess.
Great.
She's somebody graduation.
Can't wait.
You know, Medea giving young black women advice. So look out for that. When it comes out. I
mean, I'm sure it's going to be trending #1 when it comes out. So
I'm watching it, as I said, so.
And you will not be the only one.
So Tisha Campbell Martin posted an alarming video on her Instagram a few days ago. In an extra large beanie, with little to no makeup. She told a story about how she was nearly snatched up by what she referred to as human traffickers. She said that she was looking to leave her hotel, and I believe, what's the place called? Something? Is it South Padre Island?
Oh my God. How did I not hear about this?
Yeah, South Padre Island, Texas. Apparently she's filming or something. And she got some number from someone in the hotel, she says, to get, you know, like a taxi. And when she approached this car, she said it was sketchy looking. The inside of the car was weird. The niggas like approached her on some like get in the car type shit. The video's still up on her Instagram.
Oh my God, that is so crazy. What?
And basically she said, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that she was from Newark, it probably would have gone differently. She told them to go fuck themselves. She went back to the hotel. She asked them about the, you know, taxi service, and the person, she said the lady at the front was like, why would that person give you this number? This isn't the number that we use. So she claims that she was, you know, almost abducted. They tried to snatch her up. And be careful out here. And she ended the just over 60 second video by saying, I'm not Gina, bitch, to remind you that I guess shit ain't sweet. Even though Gina also
really gives off this energy. Right? Like, I don't think Gina would have gotten that bitch either, to be very honest.
Gina walked into several rooms and took off her fucking earrings and shoes.
Right. Tisha just meant, bitch, don't try me.
One of my favorite quotes from Gina is when she said, she said, I'm going to go down to my car, get the club off the steering wheel, come back up here and get to swinging. So that's what I'm going to do.
Whoa, that is so scary. Yeah,
isn't it? Like, and here's the thing. Of course, people are in her comments, and I saw people casting doubt over the story and saying they don't believe her and shit like that. For what reason? I don't know. I'm assuming it's because, like, the energy of this video was very, like, it kind of had, like, the energy of, like, when you go to your mama's house and her friend that's, like, you know, your mama's friend that's like always on her porch with a very intense story. Every single time you go over there, she's always out in the front on the front porch with her keys in her hand on her hip, and she's just going off on some story.
You know exactly who you're talking about.
Here like you're over here every day with like a code red story. Like, bitch, what is it giving? Stay home. Like that was the energy that it gave me. So I don't know if that was what it was, or if it's
so people were a little confused.
Like, I mean, it didn't sound like something that doesn't fucking happen every fucking second of every day. Like it. So I don't know why, or maybe it's because, you know, we meme the fuck out of Tisha all of the time, and a lot of time it's deserved, and those memes are fun.
Yeah, they are.
But not enough for me to be like, girl, ain't nobody trying to send you up off the street, girl. Why not?
Right. Especially if they like recognized her and thought they could get a lot of money, like
right. She's also famous,
right? Like a famous and black and a woman. So they also know that if she does go missing, like if they don't know who she is, then they assume that nobody's really going to care, or the government, the police are not really going to try to look for her because we know how y'all act about us. So it just seems to me like, you know, believing. Unless you have a solid, like, tangible reason to not, why wouldn't you just take somebody's word for something like this? It's not like she was trying to get something out of y'all. It's literally just watch your back. And she is not even the only woman to talk about something like this happening in hotel rooms or after they've been at resorts or something like that. I have heard countless stories coming out over the past several months about women who are like, yeah, I checked in, and then a couple of hours later, somebody like had a key to my room and came in, and like all kinds of crazy ass stories I have been hearing from black women. Like, this is
not even just like getting scooped up or snatched or abducted, human trafficking. It's like all kinds of stuff in hotels, especially in smaller areas and stuff like that. If you're not careful, a lot of these people who work in the hotels or in the area, valet and stuff like that, will have you fucked up or missing. People be buying drugs from these people and they end up dead. Like all kinds of stuff. You have to, so, and like you said, this is not some like 1 in a million type story that we never hear. Like plenty of us have heard of these types of things happening to people that we know. Like again, maybe not, you know, almost getting snatched up off of the street, but certainly, I mean, I've heard of this nearly happening to people that I, you know, like I know, but like I said, there's other like weird stuff that happens to, remember the time that people were like at resorts buying like alcohol and stuff and dropping dead, and everybody was like, be careful when you're buying liquor when you go to these resorts and stuff like that. So like,
and it was like the in-room liquor. Like that's the thing. It's supposed to be the shit you can trust. She got a phone number for a taxi from the person at the desk. Like you supposed to be able to trust that. So, but no, it's more fun to just like laugh at a black. Like I get that Tisha is like, you know, we laugh a lot.
Still here.
We're still here. Yeah.
I mean,
and so it's fun.
It's not gonna not be funny.
Yeah, it's big Amy energy, but like we love it, and I don't want nothing terrible to happen to her. Like,
and suck my dick. She's a fucking comedy icon. Like, I don't
that's
like.
Weirdly disrespectful. That's weirdly disrespectful. I don't get that.
Like, we have our fun, like I said, because she makes the memes. Like,
but Tisha's
performing
not, like,
that song and then giving them the middle finger when she was at karaoke or whatever. Like, come on, my nigga. But like, at the same time, like, our like flowers. It's that's Tisha Campbell.
They're due.
Stop it. Stop it.
Exactly.
What do we got here? So, I want to talk about. Actually, first. Let's just get this out of the way because I didn't watch the Janet Jackson documentary yet. And I hear it's a 2-parter, so
it is.
It's probably 2 2-hour part. I mean, 2-hour long parts.
It's true.
So,
but if you took out all the commercials, you could have fit it into. You could have taken out quite a bit, because when I tell you, whichever network owns Lifetime A&E, I don't know if Lifetime is the parent company, but when I tell you they stacked it with commercials because they knew good and goddamn well we wasn't going nowhere.
Of course,
like you knew we were going to, but it was like every 8.5 minutes, Janet Jackson logo, boom. Here go 15 minutes of commercials.
I don't even think I knew about this. Maybe I heard about it coming up and forgot or something like that. But it was just like, I just saw a bunch of people posting Janet Jackson pictures and shit like that on Instagram and stuff and being like, love you, queen, love you, queen. I'm like, God, I hope Janet's okay. And then I saw like a video of her from the documentary, I believe, where she was talking about, I think she was talking about Jermaine Dupri cheating on her, or why they broke up or something like that. And I was like, oh, this is a documentary. She's spilling tea. That's why. That's why she's telling the stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it was.
I got it. So I haven't seen it yet, but I've only like gathered little tiny scraps of info from, I guess, what has been spoken about. And then also, I guess, some stuff that may have just come out in the marketing leading up to it. Mm-hmm. I know that, like, I read a story about how she said something about Michael used to, like, pick on her about her weight. Mm-hmm. Which is like, God, that family was just marred with like verbal and mental abuse. Yep. Like they were just bred into just shitting on each other, and that's all they knew. That's they all just all of the time came for each other, especially when it came to physical appearances, and it's really sad. We have to like do better about our
Come on, cycle breakers, somebody.
I saw a post from Alicia Keys where
oh God, where is this going?
Now, I thought this happened, or this was something Janet said in the interview. It wasn't. I mean, in the documentary. This is from an interview in 2008 with E. Okay. Where Janet Jackson, when asked by E! Online who she would be in a lesbian relationship with, she said Alicia Keys. I think I would pick Alicia Keys. I think she's wonderful. And Alicia posted this on Instagram with the caption, I always knew I was bae. But when Janet Jackson says it, and then a bunch of those like explosion emojis. And then she said, make sure you watch Our Sis, the Icons doc, 100 emojis. And then hashtag Janet Jackson doc, whatever.
Interesting.
So it was like, this, I don't believe is mentioned at all in it. I don't know if she's like one of the, is she one of the like celebrities that talks about Janet in the doc?
If she does, she's in very briefly, like, you know, says one or two things and then she's out. I don't remember her being in it, but there were a lot of people in it, to be fair. So
I mean,
because it's Janet, so
it's fucking Janet. I'm sure people were begging.
So maybe, but to me that just feels like her being like, Janet Jackson said, of all the dykes, I'm the one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the rest of you are over there seething about it because she won't even come out. And still, Janet picked her. It must be how the men feel about Jermaine Dupri.
True. I enjoy Alicia.
I do too.
And the girls think opposite because of my jokes, obviously. And I'm gonna be, but I love her. When I saw her with that impeccable ponytail on Drag Race.
Oh yeah, she did look good.
I stand her. And I still wanted her when they were performing her song for the lip sync, which Alicia should have been given the right to sashay both of it. But anyways, that's not even there. When they were performing that song, I still wanted her to pull a piano out from underneath.
Oh my God.
and just get in my mind, there's always a piano in arm's length.
Just a baby grand.
At all times.
Right here.
Like she has like Pokeball technology where she just presses a little thing that's like the size of like a vitamin. And it goes boom.
And a piano springs forth.
Grand.
Mm-hmm. Perfectly tuned and everything.
That's just my psychotic brain. Also, Janet Jackson, I saw clips of lots of Justin Timberlake caping. Discussion of the Super Bowl incident.
Yes.
And how she and Justin are still great friends and he's not bad and let's move past it because they have and whatever.
The girls wasn't trying to hear none of that.
I don't have that's nice.
None of that.
Good for you, Demeet.
Absolutely.
I'm glad to hear it.
Not. And that was pretty much everybody's response. Like, we get it, girl. We get that CBS is the real villain here. Like, or whatever you're trying to say.
How's that mean? Oh, that's good for you, babe.
Oh yeah. That is exactly how we told Janet Jackson
right.
about that entire Super Bowl segment. Like,
So nice.
Nice for you. However, you're Janet Jackson and we are incapable of doing anything but standing, and you were done wrong many, many times by many, many different people. Justin Timberlake simply being, one of the most visible Caucasians. And so he will be targeted.
And you ain't even the only one. Oh.
And you, right. It honestly feels like there's just waves of something coming up where niggas are dragging Justin, something about his wife, and then, oh God, the whole Britney Spears thing. Like, child.
Yeah.
So, no.
Let me tell you something. While we're on the subject of Britney Jean, clearing left and right.
Your
okay?
girl are loose.
Like you don't have time for TSA. That's how she clears, bitch. Okay? Like,
pull your mask
mama,
down and let's
she
go.
don't give a bitch. Britney is dragging everyone.
Yep.
They took the shackles off her feet, and mama said, I am here to dance.
I'm shuffling.
I just want to praise
all over everybody's spirits. That is exactly what she has been doing. Nobody's exempt. Jamie Lynn? I don't even, that's her name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Girl, you should have canceled that that little book idea. You should have went on ahead and let that go. That should have never happened. And I'm happy for Britney, and I really empathize with her in a way that, like, as much criticism as I see people having for what she posts on Instagram, I'm like, can you just imagine being that stifled for that long, like legally having somebody else be in control of your finances and having everybody in your family take advantage of you and also like talking shit about you and manipulating you? Like, it's too much.
Nobody who posts a comment under a single thing on Britney Spears pages could ever in their wildest dreams imagine what that woman has gone through.
Right. Not at all. That level of stardom she had, and then the shit she's been through with this conservatorship. Like, I don't even really be feeling for white girls like that, but y'all gotta let Britney Jean live, okay? That's a lot of pent up. Y'all gotta let her get it out. She's not hurting nobody. Let her get it out. Well, I mean, she's hurting the niggas who hurt her, but like, she's not. Let her express herself. She has not been able to. I mean, and she's from a very young age, when Britney has never really been allowed to just be herself. She has always been a child star and then a very young teen pop star, and it has just been chaos her whole life, being controlled by these people. Like, just a little bit of understanding. If you don't like her Instagram, you don't have to follow it. But I love that she's finally like, now some of what she says, some of what she says is a little bit like when she told Jamie Lynn, "You lucky you're not my child, because I would have beat your ass," or something like that. Like, now, Britney.
She tells Jamie at least once a week that she should have smacked her. And she regrets not beating her motherfucking ass.
Right. And I think she has trouble empathizing with, like, Jamie Lynn was also a child and, also in this same manipulative, fucked up situation because she went through so much. And y'all just got to let her have that.
That's my thing. It's like, there are certainly more productive, healthier ways to communicate and deal with, trauma or familial issue and drama and stuff like that. But what I'm not going to do is like cast judgment on someone who, again, went through something for so long that I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
Who literally was prevented from speaking out, from expressing the torture that they were going through. Like, talking to basically the people that put her through it, however the fuck she wants to. And if she posting her butt naked pussy on Instagram or whatever, bitch, so do you. And your motherfucking mama. Okay, and your daddy. So, the fuck? Like, move around. Now, when she says, don't get a booster because it'll turn your brain into a vampire or something like that, then it'll be like, girl, sit the fuck down.
Right.
But dragging your sister for being raggedy or whatever, according to you, bitch, I don't care.
Right. It just seems like somebody is finally getting a bunch of shit off her chest that she has been wanting to say.
Thank you.
For a long time. And maybe shit that she is only just now allowing herself to feel. Like, just saying, a little bit of empathy goes a long way.
They took that conservative shit off, and she transformed like Sailor Moon. She went, no, I'm going to take my time. Boots, skirt, bow, halter, braid. Like, she transformed it. She said, now, in the name of the moon, I will punish each and every one of you.
She's been working on this she's been trying to get free for a long time. So I'm happy for her. Go off, Brittany,
Now, this dropped off of last week's Hot Topics because of time or whatever, but I do just want to briefly mention this Cardi B, Tasha K lawsuit that is no longer a lawsuit because it's over.
Yeah, it is.
This is one of this shit is so bizarre.
It is.
Like,
this is a story of ego and pride.
The end. And something, I really don't know much of anything about Tasha K. In fact, I believe the reason I heard of her is because of
this lawsuit. This lawsuit is the reason, yes. I mean, it is for me, so it probably is for you.
I think that, I heard a lot of the, initial statements and stuff because I believe she was on Cardi's ass before Cardi filed a defamation lawsuit.
Yeah.
And she's making all sorts of accusations about her being a drug addict and a herpes-filled prostitute and hypnotizing kids or whatever.
Oh yeah,
and so
passed her STIs to her daughter.
Jesus Christ.
Like, just all kinds of baseless lies while this woman is pregnant.
So, Cardi was like, no. She sent a good old YouTube link down to her legal team. They said, say less. And, the girls have been wrapped up in whatever this legal dispute has been for quite some time now. And it just came to a close after Tasha K was ordered by the judge to pay just shy of $4 million in damages to Belcalis for this defamation of character lawsuit. I believe Cardi quietly went and picked up her pocketbook, exited the premises. Yep. I mean, I don't even know that she was I know that she did, make a statement or testify that she was suicidal and how all of that stuff affected her during her pregnancy and stuff.
Yep.
Which I believe because I think she's gotten better, but earlier Cardi, when she was smooth, really into her success, was on IG Live every single night, overwhelmed with whatever the fuck y'all were talking about. To the point where it's just girl, some of this stuff you really don't need to respond to. They're just gonna say some other dumb shit tomorrow.
Right. But when you go from being very regular to that kind of fame the way she did, you definitely have this adjustment period where you wait a minute, y'all got all this wrong about me. And it's just at some point you have to give up that fight for your own sake because you'll drive yourself crazy.
But what you're not going to do is sit up here when I'm pregnant and say that I am passing on, STIs to my kid and I'm a drug addict and a prostitute or whatever the fuck else. And I'm just supposed to be yuck, whatever,
Right.
So, she was very adamant about getting this trial underway. Both of them seem to be very confident about their side.
Really crazy to me.
Yeah. The judge went ahead and banged the gavel, and Tasha K released her video since then and basically blamed the music industry machine on, I guess, using their resources and power to buck up on her and continue to hypnotize young kids into prostitution by the way of frenzy, I guess. And she's very standing firm on her beliefs, I guess.
So you've learned nothing?
It doesn't seem that way. No.
Do you want another lawsuit? I'm not understanding why you're even still on YouTube. Why are you even still making videos? I feel like you need to be figuring out how to get that lady's money. What, you got 30 days to pay that?
I have an idea. So, because this to me screams psychological thriller. Mm-hmm. Because there's some wrong when it gets to this extent. Mm-hmm. And the extent that it went way further than it needed to be.
Absolutely. That is my main problem here. This went entirely too far.
It gives me very eccentric nobody that's starving for some sort of social media validation and rise, and is willing to do and say and crack anything and anyone as a means to get that, to never back down.
Yep.
She absolutely IRL gives me I will push someone down the stairs.
Damn.
As a means to keep my YouTube page successful or be whatever it is that she's trying to be. I'm just saying, based on the things that I've watched, the vibes. So if I were her, I would fully get to writing. Write it out, bitch. Write something loosely based on this.
Yeah, any resemblance to living characters blogger. Is completely coincidental. Yikes.
Killer YouTube blogger out here. And, I don't know. I haven't fully thought out the plot, but it gives unhinged. The fact that, girl, that you were just on there talking out your ass.
Yep.
And, and you're not the only YouTuber or blogger or whatever that does it. But even to this point, to the point where the court was like, girl, bullshit, and it's bullshit, and you admit to his bullshit, give this lady her money, right. And you still upload videos well, honey, it's actually her record label, and what we're not paying attention to is the fact that she eats children, and what? Just go.
Right, because like you said, you're not the only gossip blogger, vlogger, TikToker out there, but you are the only one who would ignore repeated requests from the lawyers to take that shit down. You are that.
Clear, stuff is
girl, anyway. It's a clear case. It's not a stretch at all to think that a person could be driven to an extreme depression and having suicidal thoughts because of the type of content you were putting out about her. You should have just deleted it. The fact that you let your pride carry you through to a judgment, and now you owe that woman almost $4 million with which she will line her toilet bowl. Just drop a little in one of Culture's baby-sized Birkins. Money that is a drop in the ocean for her, but you're going to have to sell this screenplay that Kid Fury is pitching right now, but you need to take notes because you're going to need to sell this screenplay and a few more in order to run that woman all of her goddamn dollars. It could not have possibly been worth it. Let that be a lesson. We all take L's sometime. Just take your fucking L. Don't let it get worse. Just take it. You was dead ass wrong for putting that shit out there. And when you got lawyers who said they represented Belcalis, bitch, I swear to God, a bitch who I know has the money and the power to come after me and bankrupt me, When I tell you within 30 minutes, I would have removed everything I ever posted about that bitch.
What? Like, one?
What made you think?
What's the point of
that you and your attorney you found on Yelp could go up against Cardi's team? What made you think that?
Last but not least, it's happened.
Kiss from a rose.
So Rihanna has made a reveal. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it's not an album.
Y'all might as well let that go.
Or, edible Valentine's Day panties. Actually, she probably does have edible Valentine's Day panties.
She probably does.
But it was a reveal of a baby bump, a pregnant belly, that is a part of her body with a baby in it. Okay. And this baby apparently belongs to her boyfriend, one rapper, ASAP, as soon as possible, Rocky. I'm still trying to figure this one out.
You sound a little woebegone. I think a lot of the Navy is kind of like in a weird shock right now, or like a surprise, like a weirdish denialish kind of phase.
From what I've seen, most of them seem very happy for her.
But yeah, I think a lot of people like, I think you just kind of have to accept that. Well, never mind. That was about to be unnecessarily harsh, but yeah, because I was about to be like, just, when you think about most men, are you excited for them to be with your friends? Not really. But Rihanna is not your friend, and you don't know them. So if she has chosen this man to be her baby father, then you kind of have to respect that and be happy for her, because one thing about it, she looks elated. She looks like she could not be more thrilled. Mama was glowing in that Sephora video. And I said, that nose looked pregnant, but I'm going to mind my business. But she just looks... just those pictures. I said, this is the blackest shit. Are these niggas in Harlem?
Literally. Rihanna, first pregnancy reveal.
Yeah.
Vintage Chanel 1996 coat.
Of course.
Chanel accessories, and she's just strolling down, pregnant belly out in the middle of a fucking nor'easter, like a couple of blocks down from my first apartment in Harlem.
Yep. Yeah.
With this nigga and his braids.
And so, he heater. And maybe you'll get used to his presence. Maybe he'll stop getting on your nerves eventually, but heater, and she happy. So be happy for her. I tell you one thing, everybody is happy about the baby. The idea of Rihanna being a mommy and seeing this.
It's like, you don't even know.
Whatever glimpses of this child.
Young person.
Yeah. Like, woo! Yeah, has the fetus figured it out yet? Because, wow, a moment.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
To see the way that this baby will be draped.
Yeah. You already know.
Rihanna's baby.
Did you see her and Blue Ivy at the game the other day?
No.
Yeah, it was like a video came out of Jay-Z taking a picture of Rihanna and Blue Ivy together. It was like, I remember when I think they were at the Met Gala or something, and Rihanna was like, Blue just told me she likes my poofy dress or something like that. The VMAs,
I remember that.
They were something like that. Like when Blue Ivy was like a literal baby, like so small. And so for Blue to be like 8 or 9 now and Rihanna having a baby of her own. Like, and yeah.
I feel like how most of us would have.
Right. Like, bitch, I got a compliment.
She seemed just about as excited.
From the princess of the rock. Yeah. So, I don't really remember where I was going with this, but I'm happy for her, even if I don't understand this man.
Yeah, no, I'm happy for her as well. I'm not at all Like, I'm very happy that she's going to be a mom. She's, I'm sure, had plenty of opportunities. And she is going forward with it. In this particular situation with this particular person, as you said, she looks quite happy.
Yep.
So, and she's clearly not a dumbass. Well, she doesn't seem to be a dumbass to me.
Not at all.
So I'm going to just go ahead and be happy for her and look forward to whenever, if she does decide to share fabulous, fashionable photos of her fetus.
Right.
And yeah, good luck when y'all aren't together anymore.
I'm not going to get my hopes up for like a social media presence for this baby because I don't think she's going to do it. But the few glimpses I think she lets us have are going to be everything. So
I feel like we'll get maybe like a foot, like a newborn.
All
foot.
The girls love the foot. Yeah.
You know? But then past that, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not putting any expectations.
Right. I won't get my hopes up, but it's just so, I think it's the pandemic is just like mentally was really starting to beat my ass because footage of children just being funny and themselves is like lifting me up every day. It is so funny. Kavia James. I'm just grateful. Thank you.
You know,
she's such a light.
She really is. I hope she understands that. The kid just brightens things up for me.
Oh my God. Yes. And Cindy Martin. Sydney. Sorry, not Cindy.
Oh.
So cute. A vocalist in training.
She's Marseille too.
Yeah, she is.
She's already like
she looks exactly like her mama, and she is she is a natural entertainer.
I love that Marseille is her dad's twin, and Sydney's like, "Oh, I'll be mom." Thank you. That's cute.
Sure will.
She literally is just like, "Oh yeah, no, the world is mine. Thank you for showing up. You can sit down."
Right, but also Rihanna knows y'all are crazy, so
yeah, absolutely.
Keep some things to herself.
But girl, you worked your ass off. You've put out 5,018 singles, 115 different shades of whatever kinds of makeup and things like that. Have your baby with your Harlem nigga, and I hope that it's healthy. And,
yes, congratulations.
And happy. And man, what's a Brianna baby shower going to be giving?
Woo! I can't imagine.
All of the like. But then again, she's wearing vintage Chanel and just walking underneath the fucking overpass in Harlem.
Right.
They might just have bagel bites and just, and you know what I'm saying? And like,
I don't know.
CBD. Like, who?
Even if something does happen, I do question whether we'll be allowed to see any parts of it.
I'm not asking if we're going to be able to see it. I'm curious as to how, like, grand.
The setup. Yeah. Exactly.
Or if she's just going to be like, look, let's just have some like Escovitch fish. Let's have some like some roti and call it a fucking evening.
I mean, I really can't call it, but I'm happy for her because she looks so happy. So
yeah, she does. Also, apparently, the Brat and Nick Cannon are also expecting new bababies.
What? Okay. Babies. The way you said that.
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. No. Let me back it up. Not together, obviously. That would be
That would be
very Black Mirror.
That would be too much.
Yeah, no. The Brat and her, are they married yet? Or are they still engaged?
No idea.
Are they engaged? The Brat and her lover, lady lover.
Yes, that's it.
Jessica.
Best word.
Are expecting a baby.
Congratulations.
Jessica Dupar, hair extraordinaire CEO, posted a photo of them all gay and hugged. And the caption says, "We are extending the family." Looks like she might not be that far along. I can't really tell, but you know, it's giving stud's been behind with the hands on the belly.
Yep, with the little heart shape. Yep.
Promi with a little heart. on the belly.
Oh man.
They're so in love. Good for her.
I've been seeing a lot of that lately. Just Black lesbian couples just
having babies.
Head over heels and having babies. So happy for y'all.
And then apparently Nick Cannon is having another baby with a model who's named Bree, who literally looks like one of those dolls that like only adults buy, like those dolls that cost like $375, like not Barbie, but like fashion dolls that like have like actual leather and shit on them,
right?
And so,
real
like,
Gucci and
she
shit.
She looks like she looks like a $3,000 doll or something like that. Never heard of her a day in my life, but apparently she and Nick Cannon were hugged up at a gender reveal party just a few days ago. So,
man,
apparently he's got another baby on the way. Baby 7 or 8, I don't know. He's got a lot of kids.
9.
So, yeah. So, congrats, everyone. Here's to healthy pregnancies and happy babies. And y'all having some goddamn sense so they don't grow up broken and traumatized.
I'm concerned about whatever is going on with Nick Cannon, but you know, I really don't even know I don't even know how to begin to piece that apart. Like, I don't get it.
I have not heard anything from can't think of a time I've heard anything from any of his kids' moms about him being an absent parent, a bad parent. Seems like he shows up to all the birthday parties, even if he got 5 on the same day. It seems like he's there and he's paying, making sure that the kids are healthy and knows that he's their daddy. So
okay,
I'm like, hey, he just lost a child not too long ago as well.
Right, that was very sad.
So I don't know what's going on with him either, but
it's just not
look like anybody's unhappy or unhealthy yet. So. Right.
I mean, and that is fine, but it is just not possible to fully parent in like 6 or 7 different households. It's just not possible.
I don't know how.
It's not possible. So I just really wonder what's going on with him and them niggas only have 1 or 2 households to hit up. So I'll just leave it there. Like, I don't get that, and I hope he's okay.
That's it for the hot tops this week. And so we are going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to read your letters. Make it hot, make it fun. Okay, guys, it's a brand new year, and now's the time to establish your online presence if you've been meaning to. And you know that you have been. It doesn't matter if you're trying to build some brand new $1 billion company, or just start a blog about all the artsy cupcakes that you make when you're at home alone and bored. Okay? All of it's valuable. All of it has a place with Squarespace. Okay? It empowers you, dreamers, makers, shakers, doers of the world, and it provides you the tools that you need to create ideas and bring them to life. Okay? They've got dynamic, all-in-one platform. Crystal and I have used ourselves and can tell you that it's incredibly easy to build a website and even claim domain, sell online, market, do pretty much anything you need to do to have and build a successful website. They got products that combine cutting-edge design and world-class engineering, making it incredibly easy to establish, build, grow, maintain an online presence. And if you're intimidated by the idea of launching your ideas into the World Wide Web, listen, they've got countless templates of all kinds, all shapes, all styles that take out all of the guesswork and all the I don't know, but I don't know where to start. You just have a list of things that you can look at, figure out what's pretty to you, and then click, drag, drop, boop, doop, doop, doop. The easiest thing in the world to customize it and make it look the way that you want to, and then impress your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews, your brother, your boyfriend, and make it look like you built it from scratch. Lie to them. Who cares? If you ever have any questions, Squarespace 24/7 award-winning customer support is there to help you. They're always there. That's kind of damn customer support that I appreciate and need. Okay. It's time to turn your dreams to a reality. Go to squarespace.com/read for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, use the offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. That's squarespace.com/read. The code is READ. Let's get back to the show. All right, folks. We're back, and it is time for your listener letters.
Yes. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may read them aloud on the show. Our first letter this week comes from Nova, who says, deep down, I always knew that I liked women, but I always denied it even to myself. However, the truth is that I am in love with my best friend, and I have been since we met 10 years ago when we were sophomores in high school. My best friend is also, well, this doesn't say also. My best friend is bisexual and is currently in a relationship with a cisgender heterosexual man. This past weekend, she and her boyfriend hosted a birthday trip, and while we were pre-gaming, her boyfriend drunkenly admitted to me that he plans to propose to her in the near future. I put on a brave face because I know that she's happy with him, but I am dying inside. They've already moved to a different state together, and that has put a strain on our friendship, so I can only imagine what them getting married will do. My question is, do y'all have any tips on how I can navigate our relationship in a healthy manner? Because at this point, I'm ready to confess my undying love for her. Thank you so much, Nova. Lesbians.
No, well, this sounds like a song by the fucking Chainsmokers or something. I don't like, what is, see,
what would you do?
Album.
Ooh, 10 years.
I mean, me, knowing me, I wouldn't say anything.
Ever?
No, I probably wouldn't. If it's been 10 years and you're about to be engaged and you have already moved away and you have this like seemingly happy life with someone else, I'm not going to jump into the mix and like jeopardize all of that and just blurt out like, oh, I'm in love with you. Like, I don't know. Everything is, I don't even care for rom-coms like that, to be honest with you. I don't need to be one.
It's very rom-com-ish.
You know, I feel like if there is distance between you guys already anyway, I think that I would probably just be looking to just get out on the market, date, just be looking out elsewhere, you know, other fish. And hopefully that space and time and honesty with myself can allow me to not only find love and interest in another place, but hopefully adjust to the fact that this person is not with me or for me. You know?
Damn.
Now, that's just my opinion. It didn't sound like there was anything in here allowing me to believe that this person feels the same way or would reciprocate those feelings, aside from the fact that you say that they're attracted to both sexes or whatever. So you said they're bisexual?
Yeah, the best friend is bisexual.
So again, that's just me. Like, I'm sure some people might be like, look, I have feelings for you, whatever. And it's like, I don't know. If it was like a coworker who it was like your last day at work and you wanted to go for it, something like, I don't know, maybe. But if this is someone who you have been friends with for a decade and you would like to hopefully remain friends with, it's like there's more at risk and there are plenty of fish in the sea. So
interesting.
I don't know. But then again, it's like if it's a thing that it's always going to bug you every time you speak to the person or you're around them, then you probably might want to say something to them. But like, I don't think that even if I did, I wouldn't say it in the tone of like, you know, Issa, I'm in love with you. I wouldn't be doing.
You wouldn't pull a Lawrence, please.
I wouldn't.
Please
pull a penultimate. But I might say, like, listen, just as a way to, like, get this off of my chest and, like, have full honesty. This is how I feel. This is how I have felt. And because I want to be able to, like, continue to have a friendship with you, a relationship with you, I just feel like sometimes you can't keep that bottled in. But you don't need to, like, just turn the bottle over and spill shit all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But
no, I mean,
I don't think I would be, like, saying it with the intent of trying to get something out of it. I might just be like, this is how I feel. I want to say it so it's not unsaid and then killing me, and then that affects our friendship.
Right. Well, I mean, the thing about saying it is it's going to affect your friendship. Like,
exactly.
So I get your point when you're like, I just wouldn't say it because I wouldn't want it to affect the friendship, and, you know, you would focus on moving on. And I don't know. I think it would really depend. Like, did I just now realize I'm in love with my best friend, or did I realize that 2 years ago? Like, how long has it been since I came to this realization? Because I'm not one to rush into decisions. So I would really have to sit with it for a while, probably at least 3 months, to make sure that this was really how I felt and weigh the risk. Like, this is your best friend, and it's definitely going to change y'all's friendship if you say something, if only temporarily, you know, if only so she can have time to adjust to that news. But it may be that it's not healthy for you to be her best friend because of these other feelings you have for her. And if, you know, she's really in love with her boyfriend and she's not, and these feelings aren't reciprocated, then, you know, you're going to have to handle that. That's rough. And so you probably are going to need some space from her anyway.
Right.
So, but I think, I don't know. It's hard because, you know, best friend is a special person. But if I'm sure that I'm in love with this person, then I feel like I would have to say something. If only so I'm not torturing myself by hearing you talk about fucking this man and, you know, sweet romantic things you're going to do for him or that he did for you and all this. Like, I just can't really support you as a friend if I know that I have these feelings for you. So
I'm fine with that.
Okay. And that's, I just don't think I could do it.
I can do it. I've actually done it a few times in my life. So it's actually, like, at this point, it's not even...
Oh, Lord. I would have to, I'm so sorry. I would need some space because you calling me talking about this nigga or this dyke or whoever, this girl, I'm going to be sick. I'm going to be nauseous. So, like, just...
It's just like, you're not the only fucking person in the world. Like, girl, like, what, do you turn water into wine? Like, I get it. Because, again, I have been here before. Maybe not like a 10-year friendship, but...
Yeah.
Like, again, me, I wouldn't say anything. Just because if this is a person that I really, like, have a friendship I value or whatever, like you said, I would know that saying something would affect that, however it would be. And I would rather not. So I think I would probably keep it to myself and just go elsewhere.
Okay.
And yeah, typically, you know, if you fall in love in another place or with someone else, that can help, but it doesn't with everyone. You know, sometimes it just makes things messier. So you have to be, like I said, honest with yourself.
That's true.
And make that decision because it might be better. It might be better for you to say something.
It might.
However that may go.
Or, you know, considering that you're only just now even coming out to yourself, it might be helpful to actually date other women. Since it doesn't sound like you've ever even done that before. It might, you know, it might not. Yeah. You might be confusing some feelings there. I just would say, you know, sit on it. That's why I said it depends on when you came to this realization. Like, I want you to work through it, think about it, journal about it, date a couple of people, see how that goes. Like, you have time. I think you don't have to rush into a decision here. So, But good luck to you as you figure it out, because that's a hard one. That's a hard one. Saying something is going to change things, and feelings are real. So good luck. Not jealous of that one. Nope. Our next letter comes from Slim, who says, I'm a 25-year-old woman and I've been talking to a
112?
Oh no, this is a lady. And Slim has been talking to a polyamorous man for the past few months.
I'm sorry, go.
I mean, and she did say I've been monogamous my whole life.
So
recently, he introduced me to another woman that he has been dating for the past year, off and on, and he decided to introduce her to our group. I've tried to get to know this other woman, but it kind of feels forced. Recently,
wait, he tried to introduce her to our group?
Well, yeah, when she says our group, I'm assuming she means like our group of friends. Although if they've only been talking for the past few months, then I guess I'm not entirely sure on what group is. Yeah. But okay. So she said she tried to get to know this other woman, but it feels forced. And recently he dropped a bomb and said that this woman is planning to move in with him next month. I thought that when you are in a poly relationship, both partners agree with who they want to join the relationship. This new girl is not somebody that I can see myself living and sharing with. I am bisexual, so I feel like this would be easier if our relationship was actually fair all around. I have tried to explain my feelings to him about this, but I'm starting to feel like it's either his way or the highway. He's a good guy and I like him, but any other time his girlfriend is around, my emotions flare up. Not to mention my family is religious and they would not approve of this relationship or of the fact that he has a child. Still, over the past few months, I have really grown to like him and I would not want to be put in a hard position. Any advice is welcome. Thanks, Slim. I want to say, Slim, I applaud you for being like, polyamory, don't know about that, but I'll give it a shot. I applaud you for being open to trying it.
Don't.
I don't think there's anything wrong with giving it a shot if you like this man and you thought maybe that was something that could work out for you. But this situation, the behavior you have described from him, this nigga is not it.
I have so much. First of all, okay.
Your face.
Because I don't have a problem. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with poly relationships. Mm-hmm. I also have a problem with people giving it a shot. I think y'all be lying. And I think that y'all are not honest with yourselves.
Well,
and you do this a lot, especially with niggas, especially with cis men. Like, they have created so many scenarios where they have been able to convince y'all that, like, oh, we're poly and this, that, and the third or whatever. And y'all subscribe to it for this nigga and his dick or whatever the fuck other add-ons that he has to the listing. Mm-hmm. And you, and like, you're willing to put yourself through all of this stuff that you hate or that makes you uncomfortable. And people that you hate that make you uncomfortable because of this nigga. And then listening to whatever fuck shit that he talking about that don't make no goddamn sense and sitting up here looking like a goddamn concubine and agreeing to it and like, bitch, you don't know what the fuck, like, you don't want to be here. You don't. You want to be with just that nigga. And if he tomorrow says, you know what? I don't want to do this polyamorous shit anymore. I want to be with just you. You wouldn't be like, skirt, I'm actually having a great time here. It would be music to your ears.
Right.
In many cases, it's not everyone, obviously. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the thing. Like, I have seen people in poly relationships, straight, you know, gay, queer, but whatever, all the kinds. I've seen them before where you can tell that it is equal parts. Like, everybody is on the same page.
Mm-hmm. There's a mutual respect.
Right. And whether each person in the relationship is going out and getting theirs or scouting or doing whatever the fuck, like, that's not how every poly relationship works, you know? But there is an understanding and like the cogs are moving properly because everyone is on the same page. Y'all who be writing letters into podcasts about shit like this, you be scooped up and hypnotized, dickmatized, clitmatized, whatever the fuck, by people who like know by the way that they hook you like that and then get you to go along with whatever the fuck it is. Half the time, they don't even know how polyamory works, what the fuck it is, what they even want out of relationships. They know that they want to fuck you and that person, whoever the fuck else they want to. And you're willing to go along with it because you just don't want to lose access to them for whatever the fuck reason. I don't know what to tell you. Why did you tell us in this letter they talk about some, oh, well, he just told you that he's going to be having her move into his house or his apartment. But then you're talking about, oh, I don't know if I want, she followed that up saying something like, I don't know if I want her to be in my living space like that or whatever all the time or whatever. It's like, but wait a minute. You can reread this if you want. Wait a minute.
You're not wrong.
You said he told you that she's moving into his house, but you worried about your living space. It don't sound like it's your living space. It sounds like it's his living space. You didn't say that she's moving into y'all house.
Correct.
You didn't say that she's moving into your home.
Yeah, she clarified that they do not live together.
Right. So what the fuck difference does it make? It don't matter what the fuck how you feel about any goddamn living. That ain't your living space, girl.
Right. You don't like the idea of sharing this man because you are monogamous.
That's a hangout spot.
And you do not want to be polyamorous, or at least not with this woman. And you deserve to say no if this is not where you want to be.
I don't believe you want to be polyamorous, period. I don't. You can be bisexual. You can like having, sexual relationships or even like, all kinds of relationships and stuff like that with people outside of your quote unquote significant other without being polyamorous.
Yep.
Like there's loads
Those
of
aren't the
people.
same at all.
It's not the same thing. There are
At
people
all.
who like swing or people who have threesomes. That's completely different. Open relationships is different than being polyamorous. Like y'all be saying, it's like people who say they're a nympho because they like to have sex. Sweetie.
No, that's a different thing though.
Words.
They do.
And definitions.
They go together.
Nymphomania is like it's like a real condition that actually ruins lives. Right. You a hoe. That's different. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in like a negative or derogatory term.
Nothing wrong with being a hoe.
Y'all just be saying anything and you don't know what it means.
Right. You just enjoy, like, that's very natural.
You just like to fuck. But that's like,
sex feels good. You're supposed to.
Like, you're a nympho. Yeah. Like, people just be saying anything. You're not a polyamorous girl. You just ruining people's goddamn lives.
Right. So I think
you're gaslighting and gatekeeping and girl boss.
All she does is gaslight and gatekeeping. Anyway, I think you're using the fact that you're bisexual to try to talk yourself into polyamory.
Yes.
You're trying to make polyamory feel okay because you really like this nigga, but I think you just don't like the idea of sharing this nigga. And so you're trying to like rationalize your way out of that when really, if you don't like it, then you just don't like it. And I know y'all been talking for a few months and you really like him, but this is, he's made it clear that the way you feel about things does not matter to him.
And that's not how it works.
And I don't know why you would continue to put forth effort when somebody has told you your opinion on the polyamorous situation it sounds to me like you're not the main. You keep saying this other girl, this new girl, but it sounds to me like you're the other girl. You're the new girl. And they're trying to see whether they can bring you into this because she's moving in next month. So I think maybe this is a good time for you to, like Kid Fury said, be honest with yourself. You really got to check in here because trying to force yourself to be polyamorous because you like this nigga. I know that it's a drought out here, but baby, what I say earlier about taking your L's ASAP, take them when they're small.
Like y'all who be in a club drinking Hennessy and trying to act like you like it. Fix your face to me acting like it's not killing you.
Take them when they are small.
You don't like it.
Don't
it's not for you.
Wait until it's a heartbreak. Don't wait until it's a lease break. Don't wait until it's lawyers that have to get involved. Like, if it doesn't feel right, trust your intuition and just leave. It's only been a few months. There's plenty of other fish in the sea, other cliches, and you will be all right.
This is so ghetto. This reminds me of Love and Hip Hop. Do you remember that season? There was a season of Love and Hip Hop where Tia Marie was dating this light-skinned nigga who was married, but then he also had a girlfriend.
No.
And, okay, it doesn't, I cannot fault you for not knowing.
I do not remember.
But she was dating. There was like one of the seasons of Love and Hip Hop where in Hollywood, she was dating this light skinned nigga who was married, and she claimed that she didn't know that he was married, or he told her that something else. And then like the girl found herself like trying to fight Tia or whatever, and claiming Tia was trying to steal trying to break up the whatever. But he approached the situation afterwards like, oh, we're open and these are my women and we all get along, and like we're trying to like bring her into this situation, right? But then when they met up with Tiara, like, right, he's there with his wife and his girlfriend, and the wife and the girlfriend at one point like started snipping at each other. Right. Like they had this whole front at first, like everything was cool.
Of course.
And then there was at one point where the wife was like, don't say nothing to, like she looked at the girlfriend and was like, you don't say nothing to me. Don't say, you shut up. Like, don't say, she like, it was like, y'all are not, you don't like each other. No. You're both getting fucked by somebody who's manipulating you into falling into whatever fucking line he wants you to.
Yikes.
For what?
Yikes.
For what? Now all y'all out here looking crazy. Fighting over somebody that will easily just do this to 2 other women or 3 other women or 4 other women if it wasn't y'all. For what?
Yep. Because if you're not okay with this, he's just gonna move on, and you should be able to do that same thing. Like,
if there's gonna be other kitty cats in the bedroom, okay? If there are gonna be other puppy dogs in the bedroom, in the kitchen, in the foyer, I want them to be there because I like them.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
I want to be there too. I'm not eating no pussy. I don't want to, period.
Yeah, but it sounds like you can barely stand to be around this woman.
Exactly.
And it's probably because you're monogamous and you don't like the idea of her fucking your man. Like,
you probably rather date just her than both of them.
Right. Probably if you had met her without her being connected to him, it might have been different, but... Yeah, I think you just need to...
Because low-key, I don't even be believing a lot of y'all would be like, oh, yeah, I'm bisexual. Yeah, you bisexual because he asked you to be bisexual.
Oh, well, I hope that's
But that might not be you. That might not be you. That might not be you. A lot of y'all be telling that might not be you.
I hope that's not you.
It's a much slimmer number than y'all, but...
Right, the people who actually are. So
you never know. You might actually be bi.
You need to listen to your feelings, though, regardless of who you're dating. You're clearly getting signals here that this ain't for you. So I would say cut it now and move on. You still got plenty of time to find somebody. It's only the end of it's the 1st of February when this come out. Like,
or at least if you're gonna be poly,
plenty of time for Valentine's Day.
Like my way or the highway about it.
Right. What you gonna do when it's your birthday and he's like, "Oh, my live-in girlfriend is sick or something." You gonna be sick. So,
like, no.
Yeah. But good luck to you, because it is hard to let go of somebody that you felt like you was vibing with, but things must be done. Our last letter comes from Shanice, who says, I have an acquaintance who graduated from college with me, and the last few times we've chatted, this girl was talking about how she was being underpaid at her job and how she'd been wanting to move out of her parents' house. I totally related because I was in her situation just a few months ago, so I mentioned that my job was hiring and I could send her a referral email. At the beginning of this year, she was hired and I was super happy for her, and she even ended up moving into the same apartment complex I live in. The big problem here is that she twice failed to mention my name during the application process as the person who referred her. Somehow she didn't apply directly through the company link that I sent her, which would have automatically listed me as the referral. And in the application where it specifically asked if somebody referred the position to you, she left my name out. Our company has been doing really well lately and bumped the referral bonus up to $2,500 per new hire. Once I realized that my payment was a little bit delayed from her new hiring date, I reached out to HR for clarification. And in the most professional way, they responded like, child, your person had 2 times to mention your ass and she didn't. So I'm afraid there's nothing we can do at this point.
I don't know why I imagine them really saying it like that.
I mean, I would scream.
Yeah, in my head, I'm just tired.
Right. I don't want to put an immense amount of guilt and shame on her, but like this is $2,500 in this economy with no other stimulus checks. Yeah. And I could have really used that money.
$25.
Please, but much less $2,500. How would y'all feel and what would you do? Thanks, Shanice. Girl, I would be nauseous.
Yeah. That's rough.
I would be nauseous. Because you expected this money. You just knew on your next check you was going to have this big ass line item. You had probably already started spending it in your head. Child. Oof, that's hard.
I don't even know how you... Like, how do you even... Because you can't, like... That's not something that you can't... To me... But then again, I haven't, like... I can't even think of the last time that I had to sit down and speak to HR. I guess before the last time I almost got sued. But I can't imagine how to approach this conversation comfortably. Woo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like without...
Don't know that I would, honestly. Don't think I would even... Well, never mind. I might. But yeah.
Because it's like, it's not like you can't. It's just like, I feel like you probably don't have many options in terms of tact. There's only like one right way to do this, and I don't know what it is.
Right. I mean, I don't think there is really a right way to handle it. If you didn't say nothing because it's like, there's nothing that can be done at this point, and no need to like make her feel bad and make her feel like so guilty and ashamed for having done this. Like, it's kind of like that. Like, might as well not say it because there's nothing she can do about it. But on the flip side, I think if it was me, I would not be that willing to let my $2,500 go. Like, I'm like, somebody at this company can make an exception. And I want that to happen. So I might tell her, if only to ask that she could like forward my original email to HR as like proof that I referred her and see if they can override it somehow. Just because, that's a lot of extra money that you really could have done a lot with. So.
Right. See, like, I don't see
I might do something like that. But if HR also made it like super clear, like, girl, don't ask us about this no more, then maybe it's not worth it, because then she's going to have these feelings. Like, it seems like talking to her about it would only be worth it if there was something she could do to fix it. And it seems like she can't.
Yeah, if there's for sure, like, if it's just like a done deal and at this point it's feelings, like, I probably just go take kickboxing or something.
Yeah, find some kind of way to let out that frustration. But I feel like every time you see her face, because y'all live in the same complex and y'all work in the same place. So like every time you see her.
Ain't cousins.
I mean, yeah. And you did say she's just an acquaintance. You didn't say y'all were like best friends. So maybe you don't mind if y'all ain't, if you say something to her, you like, look.
Like if you were the type that were like, oh, let's go,
I put you on.
To Panera. Like constantly.
Right.
And yeah, that might get awkward. But.
Yeah. Like y'all barely speak. So I think it would just be difficult for me to let it go. If she could help, then I would ask her to do that. But otherwise, like, I agree. I would not want to, make somebody feel bad for something that was most likely just them not thinking about it. Although I don't know why she didn't click the link in the email you sent her. That is a little suspicious. I don't get that. Why would she go out of her way to apply somewhere else? But
I mean, it really don't make no sense in doing a whole bunch of what ifs and
right. You just gonna drive yourself crazy because they not giving you that money.
Right. Exactly.
They
like,
not gonna give you that money.
A light at the end of the tunnel, then yeah, sure, have your fun. But if you're not getting your money either way, girl, all you're gonna do is just grind your teeth to dust. So you might as well find an outlet at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to journal about this. Let it out.
Yeah. Something Pilates, I don't know, whatever it's yoga,
something, meditation.
Especially if it happened not too long ago, time will probably help you to not be too sour about it.
Yeah.
And like Crystal said, you know, probably not worth making the person feel bad if they didn't intend to. But yes, like I said, even $25 in the motherfucking economy, that's lunch.
If I thought I was finna get it,
more than one lunch,
and now I don't got it. Yeah, that.
$25 a few lunches.
Like I said, this is just an acquaintance, so I might be like, look, let's find a way for me to still get my money, but that might not be worth it. I'm just saying I understand the urge because, nigga, like you just got hired at the top of the month. You probably expected it on your last check and sent them an email that same day, like what went wrong. So I
don't know many people right now, unfortunately, that are not like, oh yes, I have things for this money. Like I don't know, like
there's not many people who are like, oh, I don't, what, an extra $2,500? No thanks.
Extra $25.
I can't do anything with that. Like no, nobody feels that way. Nobody feels that way.
For something to put in my wardrobe or atop of my nightstand. Like, no, I don't know anyone right now that can't use some money for something important.
Right. So that's a hard pill to swallow. But good luck with you in processing, Shanice. And we're going to wrap up the letters right there. If you have a question for us, send it to asktheread@gmail.com. We're going to take another quick break and be right back.
After we do Kid Fury's Sport Shorts. Yeah. Welcome back, girlies, to another episode of Kid Fury Sports Shorts, where I, Kid Fury, give you updates, facts, comments, and concerns on all things sports.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to discuss, girls. What a weekend. What a Sunday of sporting and game and many yards and such overtime, as well as field goal and so the Super Bowl is happening. It's coming up officially. And taking a look back at my prediction last week, we're going with the exact opposite. Because I wanted to keep you on your toes to really challenge your way of thinking, really get you girls to analyze what it is I'm saying and come up with your own your own understanding and your own decisions at home. That's what's important about this. It's interactive. It's about coming up with your own decisions and and learning about the sports. You're welcome.
It's thought-provoking.
It really is. I'm glad that you're on the same page. So, the official lineup for the sports, the Super Bowl sports, will be the Los Angeles Rams, who defeated the girls.
They did.
Yeah, the Niners, 49 of them, not 50. In fact, but 49. San Francisco 49ers, which is in California.
Important distinction.
Also the Bay Area. Some refer to it as the Yay area. Probably in 2004. So the Los Angeles Rams will be attending the Super Bowl in Los Angeles, no less.
Correct.
Right there in Inglewood. God bless them, every single one of y'all. My word. Like, stay home now, I'd say, because I don't even know how to fight. If you got to go get milk and eggs, walk, because I don't know how you're going to, like, you're not getting back home otherwise once the girls touch down. I am concerned for them. Anyway, what gaming and such winning. The Niners lost. They blew a complete advantage in the fourth quarter. 10 points. They were up 10 point advantage. The Niners just absolutely farted off to the LA Rams, possibly getting just a taste too comfortable.
Perhaps. So
the good girlfriends, Odell Beckham Jr. will be over there, as well as quarterbacking Matthew Stafford. They will be going to play the games after a shocking defeat of Jimmy Grappling Hook and the rest of the San Francisco children. And wow, 20-17, devastating loss. But when the fourth quarter overturn is so expressive and such swift.
I'm sorry, the what?
Leaping into the overage and the coverage of the transference of ball.
Oh, right.
That, man, success.
Okay.
And on the other hand, we have the Kansas City Chiefs, who were defeated in overtime by the Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals, or as Michael Irvin calls them, the Bengals. The Bengals. Is that? I think that's how he said it.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes. So much touchdown, so much possession, so much sack and yard and field goal and kick and run.
Yeah.
And with that said, man, it's really shocking because, as I said last week, I expected for the Kansas City Chiefs to use that steam.
That steam.
Their playoff edge and fully steam through to the big game. But with the power of Burrow, what's his face? Something Burrow. Nino Bone of New Jack City. The young white man with the
Please! You know that man's name.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Human Pennywise with the chain and the New Jack City outfit.
Nah, I am out of here.
They're excited to be going to the big game. His diamonds are real. He makes too much money.
What a stupid question. A stupid question.
It really was a fucking dumb question.
Why would an NFL quarterback be wearing a fake chain?
Why didn't you just ask him instead why it's so ugly?
At the fucking AFC Championship.
I don't doubt that they're real diamonds. Why didn't you just ask him
why did
he could have done something better with them. Yeah. Or with the money in general. But Joe Burrow and what athleticism as well as running and yards.
Yep.
So the Super Bowl will be taking place very soon in the coming. In Inglewood.
What day is the Super Bowl
in
again?
Inglewood. The Super Bowl is the day coming right on up. Yep.
Okay.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Obviously. Obviously.
So, as I was trying to say, the Super Bowl will be coming up on Sunday. Where the Rams of Los Angeles will be playing the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals, who have not seen a Super Bowl since I was 14 months old.
Wow.
So, exciting time
Truly
for them
amazing.
and for White Nino's chain. And so the girls are very elated for that, as well as Mary J. Blige performing at the halftime show with Kendrick Lamar and Snoop Dogg.
Amen.
So lots of excitement, as well as rumors that Tom the Terminator Brady will be retiring from the National Football League after reports came out that he is moving towards that.
The Terminator.
Yes, because he is made up of...
It's what he does. He terminates niggas.
Futuristic metals.
Yeah.
Anyways. I personally don't buy it. I don't believe it. And as I said, I imagine that the Brady clones or whatever it is that he's creating with Elon Musk and undoubtedly will be available to the market by the next season. So perhaps he is retiring, but will Tom Brady stop playing? No. The host, maybe the Tom Brady host will stop playing. Tom Brady is forever. Girls get used to it.
Do you think Tom Brady might come back just because he's mad that people tried to leak the news first instead of letting him announce it on his own?
Is Tom Brady a white man?
He is, yes. Tom Brady is a white man.
Next question.
I actually did have a question about the Bengals-Chiefs game, if you want to just go back to that briefly.
Absolutely.
So towards the end of the second quarter, when it was almost at halftime, Kansas City had the chance to go for the field goal and didn't. Why do you think they made that decision, and how much do they regret it right now?
Well, I'm sure that they regret it greatly because they lost.
Okay.
But as far as why they didn't make the decision, you have to understand that as far as sports are concerned, it's a huge part of the formula is about hope. And it's about believing in oneself. And it's about also protecting your toes and shin, as well as excitement and thrill.
Okay.
And so you have to give it to Kansas City for providing the necessary amount of self-care as well as entertainment to get to where they felt they needed to be. Now, clearly, God felt that they needed to be home.
Okay.
At home. Because they lost.
Okay.
But at the same time, I understand the decision they made. You know, sometimes it's just not the, favor ain't for it isn't
favor ain't fair.
So, yep. Anything else? Too bad. Sports Shorts. It's called Sports Shorts. And
I was literally gonna ask you.
That's... Go ahead.
But, when they were kicking that field goal to tie the game, that could have been kicking a field goal to win the game. Like it literally went to overtime and was so devastating. Do you think, what do you think the conversation was like with Andy Reid after the game?
I doubt that there was much of a conversation as much as there were expletives and
for sure.
Broken glass, perhaps. But I do, again, you got to remember the fire and the passion and the excite and meaning from, a previous overtime extravaganza. And so the girls were just trying to have a good time. I
mean, but they were at home. They were up 21-3 at one point. Like, they really...
And they'll stay there.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
So that's Kids Fury Sports Longs, I guess. Can't follow along, but I guess we'll see you girls on Super Bowl Sunday whenever it takes place.
Yep.
On Sunday, 2022, Super Bowl on TV. That's it. We're going to take a break and then do the rest.
Hey, y'all, if you struggle with keeping up your New Year's resolutions or really any promises you make to yourself, one thing that will not work is beating yourself up. What helps instead is extending a little empathy and understanding for you and what you're going through. And you can get that kind of support with Talkspace. Over at Talkspace, you find a personally matched therapist right from your phone or computer whenever you need it, so you can make taking care of your mental health part of your daily routine. Everybody needs help sometimes, literally everybody. And if you're struggling with anxiety, depression, or anything else, the first step towards feeling better is reaching out to a mental health professional. The people in your life love you enough to listen, but that doesn't mean that they have the tools to help you take steps in the right direction. With Talkspace, you can send messages 24/7 to a licensed therapist and get replies throughout the day. No need to wait for a weekly appointment. Talkspace's encryption and added security features keep your conversation fully protected, which is very, very important in a therapeutic setting. Y'all know that I stand for therapy. It has completely changed my life, the way that I think about myself, the way I talk to myself, the way I feel feelings, the way I process through feelings. And when I first started my therapy journey with Talkspace, it was because I needed something that was convenient and needed somebody, an outside source who could help me figure out what I was going through and not make me feel judged or bad for it. So you can make mental health part of your daily routine too with Talkspace. Just go to Talkspace.com and get $100 off your first month when you use promo code READ at sign up. That's $100 off at Talkspace.com, promo code READ. Take care of yourselves, and let's get back to the show.
All right, folks, we're back. It's time for the read.
Amen. It is.
Take it away.
So I want to talk quickly about this Lauren Smithfield situation. If you don't know who she is, she's a 23-year-old woman who died in early December after she had a date with a white man that she met on Bumble. And earlier when I said that you can tell that like this country seriously doesn't care about us, like we already know that, but not only the police department dropped the ball so many different times in this case. It truly, when you read the details of this story, it will absolutely blow your mind. First of all, they never bothered to find this girl's family, next of kin, anything, and never notified her family about her death. Her mama had to go to her apartment and found a note on the door that the landlord had put on there talking about, if you're looking for Lauren, then call this number. And that's how they found out about what happened to their baby. At one point, the detective told this woman's mother to stop calling him. They had to beg and harass and beg and harass, and Cardi B had to tweet about it before the police department decided to actually look into what happened to this girl. So I guess initially they said that, you know, there was drugs in her system and it was just an overdose and that was that. And apparently this white man that she was on this date with is not even a suspect anymore. But the family insists that this girl does not do drugs and that if they are in her system, it is not because she put them there. And because the police department don't give a fuck about a young black girl, they let not only like what you're supposed to do procedurally, but basic common goddamn decency go by the wayside. How you tell somebody whose daughter was found dead that they need to stop calling you about what happened to their child? I'm sorry, bitch. Who the fuck else do you recommend I call? Are you not the goddamn police? Is this not the whole point? Is this not every fucking cop sucker, like all of y'all who be sucking police dick 24/7 and talking about you don't want to live in a world of police? What if you got robbed? What if you got assaulted? What if something happened to you? You would want the police then? Isn't this what they're supposed to be for? For you to tell this woman to stop calling you? It's your goddamn job. Find out what happened to my baby. And so now the mayor is like, oh, no, this is very concerning. And, you know, this should have been handled much better and all this. Too fucking late. The family is suing the mayor, the police chief, a handful of detectives as well, because their fucking civil rights were violated. The fact that the basics of what should have happened, notifying the next of kin, like this should have been automatic. For y'all to be like, oh, well, you know, overdose, too much prescription medication, too much alcohol, accidental, that's that. Like, and literally it probably, if it was not for the story being shared so much on social media and then famous people like Cardi B amplifying it, they would probably still have to call that police station every fucking day and beg for somebody to give a fuck about their baby. How are y'all this fucking reckless? It's one thing to not care. It's another thing to not care so much that you're willing to give up money and resources behind it. Why not just do your fucking job? Do y'all like getting sued?
Maybe.
Are we really that subhuman to you? A 23-year-old girl is dead and you don't think to notify the family? Not to mention the extremely suspicious, like, she went on a date with somebody she had never met before. She dies that same night and y'all are like, nothing to see here. What?
Yeah.
What? Like that's
when I want everybody.
That's bad enough. But not even calling her mama? No, I want everybody's goddamn head. Starting at the top and rolling all the way down. You couldn't even call her family? I just can't say enough how much I hate this place. I hate this place. Don't ask me to feel nothing patriotic. Don't ask me to feel no love for this country. Don't ask me to have no loyalty to this place, because look at it. Look at how they literally spit at us. Ain't no way in the world that Kaylee could have gone on a date with a nigga who's 14 years older than her and she end up dead, and the police not only clear him from suspicion, but don't even notify the family. Please cut the bullshit. This is why we have to rise so hard. This is why every time it's a hashtag, people are like begging each other to share, begging others to contact the police. Like this is the sort of story, unfortunately, I see something like this come across my Instagram stories at least once a week. Please contact such and such. Have you seen this? Here are some suspicious details about this other Black person that don't nobody give a fuck about. Like, we are literally all we got. And the people that we pay to protect us can't even pick up the goddamn phone and call our families when something that suspect and horrible happens to us. You're supposed to do it for anybody. But a special care should be taken in these situations. And you know that. This is protocol. And you just chose not to do it because you don't give a fuck about us. I'm just really fed up with this country constantly reminding me of how much my life does not matter. Already have mental health problems. Really don't need constant reminders from society that I'm less than nothing. So I just want to say rest in peace to her. I pray we find out what happened to you, baby girl, because this is just tragic. And I hope your family gets every goddamn dime they deserve. Every single one. I hope they bankrupt some niggas. I hope they snatching pensions. It's the least. It's a drop in the bucket of what y'all owe that girl. Woo!
Yeah.
That's it. I'm just disgusted.
Okay. My read this week is okay. Really two quick things. First of all, if you haven't heard about this, I don't blame you because you listen to this show. But there's this white man named Joe Rogan. He has a show on Spotify. Spotify really, really likes him. They give him a lot of money, a lot of the time to basically be a large Caucasian earlobe looking Neanderthal, basically, that does a lot of like I don't know, a lot of devil's advocate ass drama baiting.
Oh yeah, there's a mess. It's a mess.
Foolishness. I mean, sure, a lot of the time it seems like Joe Rogan has comedians on there, people that just talk about, doing drugs or whoever they slept with in Hollywood. But he does often have a lot of, conservative wackos and anti-vaxxers and people on there. And he just kind of soaks up whatever bullshit it is that they're talking about. Right. And it's just like, oh, I wanted to have these conversations because no one's having miss me. So this latest situation is basically some old white rock stars told Spotify, look, we're going to take our fucking music, namely Neil Young, and then some other people followed him. Like, we're taking our music off of Spotify if, you don't get Joe Rogan together and tell him to stop having people up on his goddamn podcast spreading misinformation about COVID and the vaccines.
Right.
And, at first the girls were unmoved, but people were like, yeah! And then Spotify, I guess, some shit happened with their stock. Like their stock plummeted really crazy. Damn. Like $2 billion, something really crazy.
God damn.
And so the girls came forward and were like, oh no, we're talking to Joe Rogan. And Joe Rogan released some video where he once again looks like an earlobe. And he's just like, oh, hey, guys. People are misunderstanding what the show's about and blah, blah, blah. And I've just had these people on here because they have these, you try to like form it as these people have these like they're really credited. They have this, these solid backgrounds and wants to just have these conversations that mainstream media is not having. And it's like, no, you yourself are skeptical of the end of the vaccine and you're giving platforms to people who are saying things that stimulate you because you believe it or because you just are fascinated by people that are smarter than you, which is not hard to find, that are coming on here and are talking about shit that, Fauci or whoever the fuck, whatever doctor is not saying. So it's like, not to mention, Joe Rogan specifically is constantly filled to the skull cap with steroids and DMT and pure protein bars and fucking Sour Patch straws or whatever the fuck else. I mean, it's like half dead most of the fucking time when he's on there. We don't even know what the fuck anybody's talking about. He literally has to have somebody off camera who will plenty of times be like, nope, that don't make no sense. Damn. Here's the, I don't remember his name, but like, it's podcast is, it's meant to be for entertainment purposes. He's supposed to be a comic and, whatever else. So I know that at the core, the show was at one point like doofy bro jerking off and talking about whatever the fuck white guys in the gym talk about. And now it's like going super political, and he's having fucking Ben Shapiro and Alex Jones, all these fucking freaks on there talking about whatever garbage. So you can't even fucking wrap your brain around. So I say all this is really not even for Joe Rogan, because again, not even who. It's just like, I honestly don't even believe that man knows what time of day it is half the time. I bring this up to say, y'all gotta curb your white people. Like, this is exactly what happens when you just let crackers white all over the place.
Yep.
And no boundaries, just nothing but capital, nothing but budget, nothing but finance. You're just pumping more money into, frivolous, baseless garbage. And like, sure, it's entertaining and people enjoy it and stuff like that. But like, you just let people say and do whatever the fuck they want to because everybody's getting paid. This is the type of nonsense that takes place. And it's really like pointless at the end of the day because everybody's going to be completely 100% fine and continue to be rich. And, the people who tap into Joe Rogan's podcast who also don't believe in, being vaccinated will just continue to die or whatever. And so all of this is just, it's just smoke and mirrors and bullshit. It's just like, it's also kind of annoying to sit and just watch white people continuously chase each other around over foolishness and fuckery, and it's like, we're actually out here dying, and there's like plenty of people, especially non-white people, who are bearing the brunt of this kind of ignorance, and so it's just kind of annoying to me to sit back and watch all these rich people riching and white people whiting.
That is what's happening.
And continuing to just, I don't know, make a mockery out of shit that like you've been seen and you knew was like going on, and like now we're trying to just do this weird media shit where we're, making headlines and fuss and protest and blah blah blah, whatever the fuck. Like, nothing's gonna change. It's not gonna stop, sharing and broadcasting.
Not gonna do that.
It's just really y'all are getting on my nerves at this point.
Even if he gets kicked off of Spotify, he's still gonna do this. Like,
that's never gonna happen.
This is a very unserious country.
Someone was like, I guess I'm gonna call Spotify's bluff, and the girls were like, oh, calm down, and tomorrow there'll be something else. So I really say all of this to say, like, white people, curb your whites.
Please, y'all's whites are running rampant. Rein them hoes in, my God.
This is literally like, there was an episode of, as a matter of fact, you know what, never mind, it's fucking pointless. Lastly, I just wanted to say, for those of you who have heard about Microsoft and this acquisition of Activision and Blizzard, Microsoft acquired this huge, like one of the biggest gaming media companies in existence. Wow. And it was like this huge deal and major headlines all over the place, and Sony PlayStation stock was plummeted because of it. And oh my goodness, and the games and so many exclusives for Xbox now and content and what is it? I just want to say that, and others have said this, but I want to also say that I hope that this doesn't distract you. Nor that today I saw that Sony has acquired some other big company as well. So it's like content wars and all this. I hope that Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard does not distract anyone from the fact that Activision Blizzard is still steeped in a huge sexual harassment and discrimination lawsuit. Uh-oh. And their CEO, Bobby Kotick, I believe his name is a large piece of shit and has been for quite some time. And he will now be a much richer piece of shit because of this. And was also accused of sitting idly by while a lot of the discrimination and sexual harassment was taking place at this exact company that Microsoft has acquired. And he's also been accused of doing things like, threatening to kill assistants, firing flight attendants for reporting sexual harassment that happened to them. Just, an all around bang up great guy. And so while we're talking about, who's going to own Crash Bandicoot or whatever, I hope so that we're also focusing on, the lives of the people that actually make these games.
Amen.
Because, while all of these people at the top, your Phil Spencers and your Bobby, whatever, all of these major executives continue to throw billions around and stuff, the people that actually make these games for us to play and enjoy are dealing with harassment. They're creating forums and stuff where they give each other tips on how to make it through the day on just coffee because they can't eat.
Oh my God.
Or don't have time to eat because they're, being broken by the spinal cord to get, your Call of Duty made for you so that you can play it every year. These are the real people that are making these things. And in many companies, they're not having a great time doing it. And the people who should be looking out for them, taking care of them, making sure that they're safe and healthy are, richer than ever and basically telling them to go fuck themselves. And then major companies are going and giving them even more money. So I just wanted to say, love video games as much as the next person, play them all the live long day. In fact, I can't wait to go get done with this podcast and try to find some time to catch at least 2 to 3 more Pokemon before I go to sleep and get a very long day started. So games excite me as much as the next gamer, but not at the expense of people's safety,
amen,
health, dignity,
woo,
sanity, and things of that nature. And damn sure not in defense of no rich ass white people. So
as usual, yeah.
Cute for the girls. Can't wait to see what everyone's going to get to play in the coming months, years, or whatnot. But before we start arguing over what exclusives are the best or who gets to play what, let's remind ourselves that a lot of the people who are benefiting from this are seemingly really terrible people, and a lot of the people who make these games that you enjoy so much are bending over backwards and dying to make them for you. So have some respect.
Woo, amen.
Well done.
Okay. Well, I hadn't even heard that about that company, but I'm not surprised. Right. Why would I have? Exactly. I've been playing Pokemon Arceus. I don't know how you say that word.
I don't either.
Arceus.
I think it's Arceus.
But so far, I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. Not that I have a lot of time because school started back today. So, but
Breath of the Pokemon.
It is. That's exactly how it was described to me. So I downloaded it and I'm loving it so far. It's really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, didn't know that about that company, but remain unshocked by the state of the world. So, all right. Well, that is going to wrap up this week's episode of the show. Don't forget to check us out on social media at This Is The Read and our website, thisistheread.com. Also, we are going to be changing the day that we record the show. Right now, we record Monday nights. We're going to switch back to Wednesdays. So for those of you who always preferred the show coming out on Thursdays, you're in luck, hoes, because my schedule is crazy. And so next episode of this show should come out on February 10th. And then every Thursday after that, you have been warned. And yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in and supporting and telling your friends about the show for the past 9 years. Y'all the real MVPs. So anything else from you, Kid Fury, before we head out this week?
Yes, I'm excited to say that I will be joining my friend Kara Mahorn on the Blurred Girl Live tonight, February 1st, on Twitch to talk about all things Black and nerdy. The show starts at 8 p.m., goes to 10 p.m. Eastern. So join us over at twitch.tv/BLERDGURL, the Blurred Girl. So yeah, excited to go and talk about nerdy things. Check us out, hang out with us. And yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, and check our social media, because I'm sure Alex will have posted the link to join Kid Fury for the Twitch event. All right, take care of yourselves, and we will see y'all next week.